Wow, that took a minute. Reminds me of the X-Men, kinda. At the beginning of the game, you had like a melee attack, and that's it. And then like the telekinesis thing that I'm using so much, we found, what was it? It was like a Soviet disc that had the first nuclear launch codes. And it was like an old floppy disk. And so many people were afraid of it that it became like a supernatural item. And then, you know, when we bound it to ourselves, we got the telekinesis powers. And then it was just like creepy item after creepy item like that. Wait. Oh, God. Why didn't this area stay clear? Jesus. I just want to get back to the teleporter. Wait, do I have to do this puzzle again? Because I'd already solved this. I'm wondering if I can just like leave the game and go back to the main menu and then just immediately log back into the game to be back at the waypoint but still have our progress. Just go back this way. I just broke these windows. I just came through here. I just killed all these guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, Satan's still down there. Okay. God, one more. One more mail tube. Jeez. Okay, everything's normal here.
And that's 3.
Return.
Take care of any bad karma or whatever.
Return to shifted offices.
Get in here. Wonder if I could track it.
This game is so cool. Dude, it's a trip. It is a trip. Oh god, do I have to fight again?
This is Director Faden.
It's kind of annoying that everything keeps respawning in the areas I clear.
Reinforcements are here.
Great. Night Springs screenplay. Gosh. Wait, Dr. Hartman background? Dr. Emil Hartman is an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in Blank, Washington, focused on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent Blank abilities they may possess with the aim of shaping Blank to his own benefit, which has earned him a Class 2 paracriminal designation. For more on the link between artists and their ability to blank reality through artistic medium, see file blank. Investigation has proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone. After being approached by the Bureau during the blank investigation, he displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated, and released blank months later. Having been deemed a negligible threat, his medical license has been permanently revoked. Okay. What am I looking for here? I'm back in the loading bay now.
I guess I should just follow the tube.
Wait, was this here before?
So you're the one sending out spam mail.
Turns out there is a mailbox here, chat.
And that takes care of that. No more superstitious blackmail.
Okay. Wow, look at all the letters on the floor. It was literally just churning out spam. I knew spam was evil. Personal mods full. Okay. Let's already. Okay, well, that's it. All right, back to the main quest. The third thing. Return to active investigations. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can find the coup de grace of this thing. Now that we have taken care of these items. These mail boxes and train cars and arcade games. Probably have to go up the elevator again. I'm guessing. I'm gonna go up the elevator and then that path to the north is gonna open. Does that mean we get to break his nose again? That'd be funny if, like, near the end of the fight, she just, like, plants her foot in his nose and it breaks, and he's like, "Why does everybody always?" And then she shoots him. That's what happens.
God, he was hideous. He tore the security door into the Break Falls AWE site wide open. He was so ugly. Like, wow, I got a good look at him, and Christ, he does not look like he used to. The hiss must have messed him up or something. He looks like a bar rag that's been twisted by the world's strongest man. Or a monster from some 80s horror movie. You know, back when it was all practical effects? Ugh, nasty.
Real
Did you say
professional,
something?
Winston.
Remember, I can't hear you. Never mind, just go after Hartman. Oh, so disgusting.
He's like the Barry of this game.
I've written, rewritten. The darkness wants to hide the past to make me
That one line, like, I got a good look at him, on the camera, Christ.
lose my way. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, and rewrite it. They are drawn to the mystery.
You want to know if Wake made the hiss? I want to know if Wake is still in that lake. I want to know if he's awake. You have a new weapon to craft? I'll try to remember that. I can only do that at, like, the save points.
Stuck. Let's go take care of it.
I'm surprised after removing what had the elevator stuck, it didn't immediately leave without me.
Thank you for meeting with us again, Dr. Hartman.
It's
Ooh.
my pleasure, gentlemen. I hope the information I provided thus far has been of some small use.
It's been invaluable, Doctor. Really, we have a much clearer picture of this event, thanks to your accounts.
Well, I do consider myself a keen observer of...
We did have one question, though. You mentioned in an earlier conversation that your patients displayed, and I'm paraphrasing here, unnatural abilities that you in fact encouraged during their time in your lodge. It'd be very helpful if you could fill us in on the details there.
Of course. Like yourselves, I work to understand and even bend the rules of our earthly paradigm. My patient's well-being was paramount, of course, but I would hardly be a man of science if I did not reach out at the underlying truth. As I stated in my written proposal, I believe working alongside your organization could be greatly beneficial to both parties. Sharing notes, as they say.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all we need to hear. Remy?
Dr. Emil Hartman, you have been found in breach of codes 4, 8, and 74 of the Federal Bureau of Control Criminal Offense System.
What? You can't do this? I am a well-connected man. You're making a dire mistake, my friend.
You will be detained until further notice and all personal property will be confiscated, including the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That's preposterous. You can't just seize my property. I'm a United States citizen. I have rights. That lodge is my life's work. I'm offering you years of research.
Get him out of here.
You're making a mistake. You have to listen to me. You have to listen.
They didn't have to listen, chat. Yeah, spoiler, they did not have to listen. Oh, it's the light switch. I didn't see it.
I've forgotten again.
Movie.
I had a plan. I know it. I've forgotten.
Oh, buckle up.
He's coming. I've got to get out of here.
We can tell that's Alan. 'Cause he's got a hoodie under a suit.
Whatever is going on with Wake, he clearly needs some help.
So there's darkness in the rooms. Sets of 3. Got the key.
Going bad. Wake had to escape, right? His escape. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special. Something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence.
Is he gonna write Jesse? Oh man, dude, it would be so cool if he wrote Jesse and then Jesse's just like, did he just am I made up? And it would just, but I could be completely wrong, but it would be a cool angle. Wait, watch it in the menu? Is there more to it? Wait, was that Hotline?
The story needed many beginnings, many springs, streams that turned into a river, a flood, and then an ocean. This was one. Wake used the materials he had, the connections he had, the people, the places. Wake put them in to make it true. His wife, the psychiatrist, his city. These connections, like magnets, move things. Alice was a conduit. She'd been in the dark place. The thing that had been Hartman sensed her near, sensed Wake through her. Went berserk, broke loose. Wake made sure Alice was already gone by then. Safe. The more springs, the more the story became real. The more people believed. Cause and effect. It was extremely delicate and hard work. It had to go through the path of least resistance where success was most likely. Where there was a connection already. Wake felt the pressure grow in his head. Going mad.
It bugs me that he types on Hunt and Peck.
Wake had to escape. Right.
Like he's a writer.
His escape. He was already out. He wanted to make it true. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special, something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence. Something that can't be translated. Translated. Wake channeled Burroughs and Bowie. He cut up sentences and words. Orange peel. You are home. Insane. He put them in a shoebox. He pulled out the words. Wake created a Dadaist poem. He'd try anything once. Or had he tried this before?
What? I'm more confused after watching that. I feel like I had a better understanding before I watched that video.
Another replica. Like the one they made for Ordinary. I wonder what happened here.
Send a ranger to my location.
We're in this together.
Can't see anything. Wait, did I just fall? Alright, where else needs a battery? Over there. What did I? Oh, rifle summary. Oh, shoot, I'm out of brain juice. Okay, I can still fly without brain juice somehow. Dude, that poor ranger is like my distraction. Okay, so I'm getting some little patches of light with these things. Anything else?
These are the notes of Dr. Emil Hartman.
Oh my god, bad timing.
Continuing my work alone.
Wait, big button. The cables all meet here.
Now it's mine. Oh, this is right. You are pretty rough on the eyes, Dr. Hartman.
What? Whoa! The missiles he's been shooting at me in the dark this whole time were his spine pieces? I never picked up on that. I did not raise that in time. Oh god, are these... Is this where the ranger died? I think those heal shards were from the dead ranger. I mean, thanks I guess, bro. Sorry. What? No. Oh no. You're still talking?
Preparations and I believe myself much more prepared than either Tom or Wade. I should be able to cross into
Dude, his armor. Oh my god. Really? I'm glad I was airborne. He did the ambush thing, but because I was up in the air, he appeared behind me. Dude, this isn't armor. This is just like a second fatter hit point bar. That was a satisfying bump. Shoot, I tried to do dash and also shield, and I was out of juice, so both of them didn't work. Now punch him in the nose!
Hartman won't be a problem anymore, Langston. But investigations need someone to run it. Interested?
I've seen what happens to sector heads, ma'am. No, thank you.
She's like, crap, I don't know anybody else.
Something on my terminal here, an AWE alert from Bright Falls, Washington. But it might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future. And we're in lockdown. There shouldn't be any incoming signals.
Maybe it was active before we went into lockdown?
Wake getting out of the lake?
Let me check. Agent Estevez is the field agent in charge of monitoring the site, so she should be there to let us know if the situation has been through any major changes recently.
I thought I was about to get jump scared. Clinch!
Things set in motion. If the alarm's true, then so is the reason for the alarm. The effect must follow the cause. It's happening again. I'll return. You have been warned.
What? What? Dude, seriously? In here? Right now? Your friend says hi. Was that the end of AWE? I guess so. That was the end of the Alan Wake event. Isn't that it? Chip is back, yes. Is that the end of that DLC? It seems like it is. And this is the Bright Falls AWE, so... What building is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be the... This doesn't look like the cottage on the island in Cauldron Lake. It might be the lodge? I don't know. Go craft the last weapon just to see it. I totally forgot about that. When is the Festival GW2 guide coming out? Noxie said she's going to try to have it done by Friday. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered or if their timer expires. That's weird looking. So it fires 3 shots. Friendly fire? Yes! Yes, there's friendly fire. The answer is yes. Mukluk, so that was the 4th story, I guess we'll say the artist. Yes. So we've played Alan Wake, which ended with him in the lake, and Alan Wake's first DLC, which started and ended with him in the lake, and Alan Wake's second DLC, which started and ended with him in the lake, and Control's Alan Wake DLC, which started and ended with him in the lake. It's there's not a lot going on with Alan right now. Not a lot going on. Okay. All right. I guess that's it. The Alan Wake story is really cool. But they are really dragging it out. They are really, like, I'm doing all of this after the fact. I'm doing all of this, or I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4. There are some people that have been, like, waiting for this story to finish for, what, 10, 15, 80 years? Like, there's boomers that were playing this game when it first came out, and now they're retired, and they're still waiting on it to finish. They mentioned an event in the future in Bright Falls. Yeah. I have mentioned this before, but when I upload episodes of Alan Wake to YouTube, it asks, and it's like, what game is this related to? And I type in Alan, it pre-fills Alan Wake 2, or Alan Wake American Nightmare. So YouTube thinks there's an Alan Wake 2 already. So we'll see. It's like Log Horizon, you want more but some. Well, in case you didn't catch it, Wake created the Hiss so that there would be a crisis that would inspire a leader to take over him. Did he? I was under the impression that Wake sent Jesse there to become the hero. Is that on the wiki? Let's see. Control AWE wiki. Alan Wake. Let me see. Does the wiki say anything? Wow, they just summarized the whole thing right there. Not really what I was looking for. No, so he talks about the Hiss chant. Oh, the random stuff they say, like when they're like, you know, the eyes are yellow, push my fingers into the wet, and that random crap they say, that was him making the Hiss chant. Weapon mod's full. Ready. It doesn't matter. We see I started turning to Quantards, who are doing that too. What is this? Alan Wake character. Highly classified data. Let's see. Events of Alan Wake. Events of Control. Alright, let's take a look at this. Following Alan Wake's disappearance, Emil Hartman's paranatural research was confiscated by the Federal Bureau of Control. In desperation to understand the Dark Place, Hartman dove into Cauldron Lake and was taken by the Dark Presence. The FBC captured Hartman and brought him to the investigation sector for study. Meanwhile, Alice Wake began experiencing frightening visitations from a doppelganger of Alan in her apartment. In 2017, she was brought to the oldest house to be interviewed about these events. When Hartman sensed her nearby, he broke out of containment, forcing the FBC to evacuate the investigation sector. Alice was already long gone by then. 2 years later, during the Hiss invasion, Hartman was corrupted and twisted by the Hiss into a new entity, the Third Thing. These events were all relayed by Alan through prosaic hotline messages, and he stated that he had played a role in them through his ability to rewrite reality. Jesse Faden heard Alan on the hotline during the Hiss invasion, with him describing her actions and thoughts in the third person, as with his manuscript pages. Following Alan's words, Jesse entered the investigations sector and confronted Hartman, and discovering information about Alan and Bright Falls in the process. While visiting the Ocean View Motel and Casino, Jesse saw Alan through a spiral doorway, conversing with a doppelganger of himself. The doppelganger claimed to be Thomas Zane, despite his different appearance and voice, and stated that the Zane who Alan met was a character Zane had played in a previous film, calling himself a filmmaker. Zane told a confused and delirious Alan that he had found a way to right his escape from the Dark Place. When Alan mentioned his double, Zane dismissed his worries and said he was dealing with him to Alan's agitation. Jesse continued to receive hotline messages from Alan, also showing Alan writing prose on his typewriter. Alan mentioned needing a hero and that the hero needed a crisis, and that he had written the Hiss incantation by cutting up and rearranging random words and sentences. The story that Alan was writing needed many springs, and he had used the connections he had, including his wife and his city, to make the story real. Jesse also discovered some of Alan's other writings, including an old Night Springs episode mirroring the events of Trench and Darling's discovery of Hedron. Oh, I totally missed that. Alan intended to finally write his escape from the Dark Place, but was lost in confusion and uncertainty, following only what he had written on his manuscript pages to remain sane and execute his plan. Wow, okay. So I definitely picked up on some of that, but not all of that. Let me take a look at... Wait, what? Hold on. Bright Falls 1976 summary. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation occurred at Cauldron Lake, Washington. Citizens of Bright Falls had gathered in the town's southwestern fields for the annual festival known as Deerfest. Eyewitnesses all claimed that the day had been sunny, confirmed by reviews of the area's weather reports, but then with no warning, a thunderstorm appeared in the direction of the Anderson farm and a tornado rose from Cauldron Lake. The torrential rain that followed caused a flash flood. It was as if the day had turned to night, testimony from blank. Frank Breaker, the sheriff of Bright Falls, formerly of bureau agent, see employee file blank, managed to guide the crowd to safety as the festival grounds were destroyed by the flood. The festival was canceled, ending 1 day early. Lack of official bureau presence on the scene makes this event difficult to report as a confirmed AWE, though the similarity to other known events in the Bright Falls area lend credence to the accounts of the townspeople. On the day of the flooding, the rock band Old Gods of Asgard was rehearsing in a field outside the Anderson farm, the homestead of band members Odin and Tor Anderson. Both admitted to being in a heavy state of inebriation at the time, having spent days drinking their home-brewed moonshine while celebrating Deerfest. After the fest, the townspeople were evacuated from the flooded field. Sheriff Breaker was asked by Freya Anderson, daughter of Tor Anderson, to check on her father and uncle. He named his daughter Freya. Okay. Breaker drove to the Anderson farm and found the band members alive but in need of medical aid. Tor Anderson had been struck by lightning, and Odin Anderson had cut out his own right eye. A possible reference to Norse deities, and I'm sure it's Thor and Odin. They claimed they had fought and valiantly defeated a dark army of the Scratching Hag, rising from Cauldron Lake. See AWE of 1970 related to the suspected blank at Diver's Isle. While impossible to verify, these events are relevant to the recurring AWE at Bright Falls and the Cauldron Lake blank. Odin and Tor Anderson have been listed as persons of interest. So, yeah, Odin, you know, anyone psycho technically has the ability to cut out their eye, but Thor getting hit by lightning, you know, you don't have much control over that. That's way more interesting to me. What else did I... Chain letter... Pastor smoking ban... Where's the... Research and records... Night Springs screenplay. Alright, so apparently I missed a part 1, but part 2. The robust director shoves the nerd-like scientist aside and heads for the portal control panel. He slams the on button with a determined fist. The entire screen is filled with dangerous red, then it fades away. We see two men are in another dimension. The air ripples around them as if they were a 1983 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am sitting in a Texas sun after a 5-day road trip. Unknown dimension. Scientist, what have you done? You've doomed us. Director, control yourself, doctor. Where's this beast of yours? Scientist, right there, sir. A horrible, shapeless, shifting entity fills the horizon. It can't be described. That's how horrible it is. The writing for this is so bad. What a thing of beauty you've been keeping from me. The director steps closer to the horrible entity. He reaches out with a steady hand. You're mine now, creature. I shall return you to my facility and control your power. Scientist, sir, we don't know. The entity instead rushes forward and engulfs the director. He screams in pain as the scientist looks on and does nothing, like the coward that he is. Entity, I am not the one being examined. I am not the one locked inside a prison. Gradually, the director emerges from the entity. His once sparkling eyes are now empty and dull. The scientist rushes to him. Scientist, sir, we have to escape. Director, we cannot. They are in control now. I got what I wanted. So this was supposed to be kind of a mockery of what happened with the old director and Hedron. I gotta say, I'm pretty dumb. I probably would not have picked up on that if I had read that without reading the other thing. I don't think I would have picked up on that.
This must be where they studied Hartman. Kinda looks like Dylan's cell. I wonder if they treated him as badly.
Wait, this thing here? Oh, this thing was Hartman's cell? And they're like, look, it's your lodge. Don't you want to do interesting things now? Okay. All right. That's pretty wild. I gotta say, in the history of all the games I've played, the game I had to, like, WTF and then go read a bunch of wiki stuff after the most was BioShock Infinite. I finished that game and I was like, what? And then I went and I read the whole thing and I was like, oh my god. But there was definitely a few things from reading that I learned more about. Remember asking about a secret society? Her breaker dad was right. Yeah. I did pick up on that, yeah. So it said that the sheriff of the town was a former agent, and, you know, Sarah was calling all those people from the secret society and had, like, a code word. Wow. That's pretty wild. So, I guess we're all caught up on this whole saga, this whole series now, I think. Except for American Nightmare, but I've been told that that doesn't really have much to do with the other stuff. But, yeah, this was cool. This was cool. If they, if or when they bring out more, we'll definitely pay it a visit and try it out. I gotta say, gameplay-wise, you know, I played Alan Wake way after the fact. I played Control while it was pretty fresh. Control, very much enjoying this game. If I have one complaint with this game, it's the scaling. And I felt this, but I didn't see this until I saw somebody else write about it. A fully upgraded gun, any gun, does a fraction of the damage of Monkey Throw Rock. Monkey Throw Rock scales through the whole game, but the guns have like a cap, like that you upgrade them to level 3 and that's it. That's as high as they go. And then there's like some mods, but that's it. So it's like through the whole game, and don't get me wrong, I like Monkey Throw Rock, but through the whole game, the most damage you can do is just find big rock and yeet it at people. That's it. You mentioned about Sword Art Online earlier. Have you ever seen Log Horizon? I have not seen Log Horizon. You play Gears 2, this level of Goofy Bell should surprise you. I'm just critiquing. This was a very enjoyable game. Ashtray Maze was amazing. For those of you watching this on YouTube, goodness knows how far out from now. I played the core game of Control, then I played the first DLC, and I started the AWE, and then I was like, wait, I'm supposed to play Alan Wake first? And then I went and did that, and then I came back here. So I did it kind of in the wrong order, but I kind of got the gist of it now.